Yo, I'm FPX and today we were expecting a new 1.21 snapshot, but what we got instead was a brand new 1.21 preview for Bedrock, a new set of emotes including a Naruto run, in fact including 2 Naruto runs, and also a leak that Mojang has been working on a frying table. Honestly, I wouldn't blame you if you cared more about the frying table, so let's jump into that first, although quickly a reminder that you can subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest Minecraft news from flossing to fryers, because I know a lot of places, if they said there was a fryer coming to Minecraft, you'd be skeptical, but hopefully you can trust it when it comes from me, and to prove that, here is the latest Minecraft YouTube channel video. They really did share this themselves, and they're talking about the new update which came out yesterday. You might have heard about it here, but in Mojang's video, they talk about the crafter and the development process behind it, showing off this very bizarre external look it was going to have. I mean, just look at those eyes, and also showing off some other internal UI concepts. This is from Eric, a UX designer, but while they're showing off the ways that the UX could have looked for it, they also show the rest of his screen though, including this tab labeled the frying table, which seems to confirm that Minecraft was working on, at least at some point, something called a frying table. This at first seems a bit far-fetched. I mean, what could a frying table be? What would it do? However, take a closer glance at those tabs again, and you'll realize that these aren't funny jokes for the most part. These are real things which have come to the game. Snapshot Realms, the crafter, and the Bedrock gameplay UI have all come to the game, and so what do I think about the frying table? I think there are 3 very easy guesses that you can have. The first of these comes from Casual Martin, who I want to credit as being the first person I've seen spot this. They say an automatic furnace is exactly what they're hinting at, and a frying table does sound like that if you compare it to the crafter. A crafter is an automatic way to craft ingredients, so a fryer could be an automatic way to fry things, except a furnace is already automatic. You can feed ingredients into it and automatically take the output, so what exactly could it mean otherwise? Well, the second theory is this is actually some weird joke. While he's working on something as serious as the crafter, maybe he needs to research other things, or maybe he's making funny jokes about how you could have a fryer, which if you think about it, the furnace is an automated version of the campfire if you want to see it that way, and so maybe he sees that you should try and make the UI as similar as possible. Or the third theory, I think the biggest stretch, but also the only thing that makes sense if it's going to be a real item in the game, is clearly some new furnace variant or something that can do some form of cooking we don't currently have. And if you think about the way that eggs work, you can currently just turn them into chickens. What if you could throw them into a fryer? What if there were other ways to cook foods? I think this would only make sense as part of a food expansion. Does 1.20 vibe that it's going to do that? Well, it is all about combat, adventures, and tinkering could include playing around with foods to make different effects. Maybe the frying table would be the way to do that. That is a theory that we have for now, but honestly, while we're talking about 1.21, it's important to also reference the fact that we were very excited to see what a few weeks of development that we haven't been seeing would lead to, and while the most likely outcome was the armadillo, I think a lot of people are excited for this, which is why the new 1.21 beta is confusing. Because Minecraft 1.20.60.22, which is the full title for this 1.21 beta, came out today and has just 4 new features in it, but even those 4 new features are quite confusing. One of them is an entire change to every single copper door texture. However, looking at the old textures and then comparing them to these new ones side by side, you'll notice that basically nothing is different. As best I can tell, a few pixels from the top of the door might have changed. This is just me following the Minecraft wiki, but even then, according to that, I really can't see the change in the door textures, but what has officially changed is the breaking time. Breaking doors is now meant to work in the correct way, and rather than showing you this with the normal way, the other thing that's changed is their blast resistance, and so the most fun thing to do is obviously to see just how explosive the new copper doors are. This is science. I need to do this just to be sure, and the answer is pretty darn explodable, but keep that in mind. If you are going to have a base under fire from TNT, you probably shouldn't use copper doors. You should just stick to iron, although I guess this could apply to a great many things. And yeah, the other features in this update are to do with the breeze. If the breeze is riding a mob, now its particles no longer show, and well, there goes my breeze spawn egg. They also separated the breeze, diffuse, and emissive textures, which doesn't mean anything to most people, but still good news. And indeed, everything in this bug fix is the same category of very minor changes that will make a difference when they roll out to the general public, but in betas right now, it doesn't make a big difference, such as crashes to do with 7 Cs, or for example, my favorite bug fix, last highlighted button will not get pressed when the window regains focus anymore. This is huge. This has ruined my day so many times because I've accidentally been hovering over the exit button and I refocused the window and I guess you've exited the world. That will no longer happen. But in general, this is a bug fixing beta and doesn't actually add too much, officially at least. They do have some sneaky things hidden within the game code. Smoky Stack is an add-on creator who does a lot of looking into the files for each beta and preview, and what they found this time well, the language files had an update regarding the marketplace filters, so you'll not be able to just search for texture packs and world templates, but it looks as though from these language files, you'll also be able to filter specifically by add-ons. This makes it sound a lot like Minecraft is going to start selling add-ons. In other words, Minecraft will be selling mods on the Bedrock version, something which you can already do, but it has to come with a world. It sounds like they might just be removing that world requirement. This is very big news, and it's funny that it seems as though almost all of the big news this week is coming from leaks. If Minecraft aren't revealing the frying table, they're revealing they're going to be selling add-ons. But do you know, there's one thing that's bigger than Minecraft potentially selling add-ons in the future, and that's what they're selling right now on the Bedrock marketplace, because with the 1.20.50 update which came out yesterday, they also introduced the ability for marketplace sellers to make emotes, and so that has led to a big burst all coming out at the same time. And if we take just a brief look as to what they're selling, it's a bit disappointing. I think the idea of selling emotes is already a lot past most people's comfort zones with Minecraft. Like, yeah, you can now do a bunch of emotes in the game, but only if you're willing to pay the toll. Some of these are unlocked by achievement, which I think is a great idea, and some of these are unlocked by the great achievement of giving Minecraft your money. This is the wildly skipping Disney emote that you can pay 310 Minecoins for, or £1.69. This is the Mega Man jump emote that you can pay the same price for. This is the staff spinning emote from Avatar that costs double as much, and now this has been opened up to marketplace partners, which doesn't sound all bad. You get some pretty interesting ones, such as Kamehameha, which I believe is a Dragon Ball Z reference. I'm not sure if they're allowed to sell that, but they're doing so. We've got the Sturdy, and you know, some of these are actually pretty cool in my opinion, and the fact that you can have a bunch more emotes might be great for people who want them. However, the fact is, a lot of these emotes are not only clear derivatives of something else, like Gangnam Style, for example, literally references what it's derivative of, but also we have all sorts of emotes which are literally just concepts from the real world. So, for example, here is the, let's look at the superhero spin. For example, let me show you something which feels a little bit ridiculous to, I think, anyone looking at it. This is the Naruto run. This is, you know, like a fun enough thing, like being able to do it in Minecraft is cool. You won't actually be running because you'll be doing this on the spot, so the Naruto run sounds fun enough until you realize that as well as the Naruto run, we also have the anime run. That's right, there is an anime run which looks like this, and then there is a Naruto run which looks like... I lost it. They're so forgettable. The emotes are really hard to tell apart from the way they're advertised here. Okay, this is the Naruto run, 310 Minecoins, or you can buy the off-brand anime run for 160. I do think the idea of allowing marketplace creators to sell emotes might be a good way for them to make an income, maybe, if that's the goal. However, if Minecraft is going to allow this to happen, you can't allow a bunch of creators to all have the same emote in there, because it feels cheap in some way. The idea of having emotes in the game is already a bit tacky, but having a T-pose that costs 79p and a T-pose that costs £3.29 devalues the entire concept of it and makes it look like these people, Sober Knights, are just charging 4 times as much as Dr. Banks. Whether either of them should be charging for a T-pose is a different issue altogether, but if you are going to say, yeah, it's perfectly okay to do these things, it's a bit cheesy to, you know, I'm sure that Sober Knights did not know that Dr. Banks were doing this. I'm sure the two anime runs didn't know about each other. In fact, wait. Is there? Okay, I thought that was a third T-pose for a second. No, there is a third T-pose by Leveletics. This is a fun emote, but why are there 3 copies of it? Allowing people to make literally the exact same thing with no distinguisher beside price is really bad, not just for the people involved, but also for someone who might not realize there is a cheaper anime run when they buy the Naruto run, and that is bad form for you as the seller, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, I guess, though. There are a bunch of new emotes that you can buy now, and so if you look at any of these and you think they're cool, feel free to go get them. I do think that emotes are a fun enough idea that I never see anyone actually playing with, and so if you see one that really compels you, here are the emotes. Give Minecraft your money, or you can continue sticking to the free ones for achievements if you'd like to do emotes but not have to pay. Fun fact, that's a thing you can do. So yeah, I like the abducted one personally. In fact, I like it so much, I'll be applying it to my third slot over here. Instead of clapping, I'll abduct myself into the sky. But yeah, I do think that this is a little bit, they shouldn't have unloaded so many on the same day. What were they aiming for there? That's my real question. And I don't know that there is any answer, and I don't know if the idea of selling emotes really makes sense in Minecraft to begin with, but I'd be very curious to see how well these are selling. And so that brings today's news to an end. There is a potential of getting a snapshot tomorrow instead of today, based on the fact that we got nothing nothing whatsoever, and there is also potential that next week's beta adds something fun, but for now, yeah, we got a lot more from leaks regarding the frying table and regarding the future of the marketplace, which is interesting to say the least. By the way, if you did enjoy the news that we do here on this channel, indeed, putting it all in the same place in one video to enjoy, and also not over-sensationalizing it and actually sharing it how I believe it actually is, because I want to believe there's a fryer, you know, an air fryer coming to the game that's going to do incredible things. However, I think what's much more likely is it was some concept, or it's for the Education Edition, or it's some non-mainline Minecraft product, but I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to hear your theories and why, but either way, if you enjoyed this, please do consider giving it a subscribe, because I am going to see you all in the next one, I hope. Wait, let's do a goodbye the fun way. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Ouch. I always knew that Toy Cat guy was untrustworthy, always blowing up the Toy Cat.